What's up, everybody? It's Investing Sensei review episode 170 of the portfolio update. So hopefully you guys are doing awesome. I definitely am. You guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, how the portfolio performed in general, what we bought, what we sold, what options we actually used, what dividends came in, and just in general, remember that we come back every single week. We look at these scripts I do have. This is actually our projection for how much we're projected to make roughly about in dividends per month. So we're at $1.90 we're trying to get this to $325 by the end of the year. I think we will achieve it, especially because in the last video I did go over my strategy there. But remember, guys, that every single quarter we are seeing this staircase of dividends continue to climb up and up, and it's completely passive. We also get some very great tax benefits because they do become qualified dividends, and then you'll see the annual dividends as well. They continue to go up and up. But in this video, guys, I kind of want to go over the cash flow for this dividend portfolio. We didn't actually receive any dividends this week, but we did generate some options premium, which is that cash flow for us. You'll see that for the month of January, guys, we have made so far $2,116.37. If we look at the previous months, man, we are just surpassing this, and I'm definitely excited to show you guys all of this and how much we made this week just from selling options in general. But I want to show you guys here how much we actually made in dividends, which honestly I did forget to put the amount that I deposited this week, so 1 second. Alright, guys, so I went ahead and actually put the total amount that I invested this week into the portfolio because we do have one goal. But just to recap on the goal, see how we're doing. One of our goals for 2023 is to reach 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely help us reach 20,000 subscribers as well. Drop a big thumbs up on the video if you're watching the video currently. Goal number 2 is to try to reach the $325 on average per month in dividends. I think we will hit it by the end of the year. Definitely just stick around. We'll see how far or how close we get to it. The next one is to reach $118,000 invested of my own money. As you'll see here, we have about $110,361 invested so far. This is also going to help us because we have goal number 4, which is to dollar cost average $100 every single week at a minimum. Right now I am actually only doing 100, but if the market does tank some, I will be deploying a lot more capital into the portfolio for the long term, which our future selves will thank us, guys, and we will be generating some or creating some generational wealth. So definitely looking forward to that in the future. But goal number 5, guys, is to drip 20 additional dollars every time a company pays me out a dividend back into the portfolio just to help it grow. So in our case, let's say JP Morgan pays us out a dividend this week, I would deposit an additional $20 and buy an additional $20 worth of JP Morgan plus the drip, so that the following quarter we would actually get way more just to help it a little bit more. I do have a subscriber that actually buys 1 full additional share every time they get a dividend. That is pretty cool. I do have other subscribers that they're not in the market or in the budget for that, but they do contribute an additional $5 or $10, which is pretty awesome to see. It's a great little motivational thing to see that little snowball continue to get larger and larger every single quarter. But goal number 6 here, guys, which is the new one that I have been at it for the 2023 goals, which is to try to average out about $400 per month in selling options. As you guys already saw, we've made $2,000 already so far in options for the month of January, so definitely surpassing that. But in the long term, I don't actually plan to consistently generate about $2,000 every single month. I don't think that's very reliable, so I'm gonna just average out about $400 per month. I think that's an achievable conservative goal there. But at the end of the video, or I guess closer to the end of the video, we will kick off these scripts, guys. We do have one more company that is expected to pay us out for the month of January, which is JP Morgan, and definitely excited to see that dividend drip in, and then buy even more shares so that the following quarter we get more, and then we'll be starting off February, guys, which is I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the video, guys, which you'll see the portfolio is at $187,638.24. You'll see that we're actually in the green about $2,442.35, which is about 1.32% in the green. 2-year change, it's showing that it's $472 in the red, which is about 0.25%. Definitely not worried about this. We're going to continue to dollar cost average into the portfolio, and I think it will pay off in the long term. If we look at the positions here, you'll see that Schwab actually did an update, so the positions tab does look a little bit different, but you'll see that our cash balance so far right now is at $54,631.84. Pretty awesome to see. I do have this money allocated to buy some SCHD ETFs, for the shares. I think it'll be pretty juicy once we do get assigned those shares. You'll see that we are still in the green by 44.68% in the green, which is about $41,075.28. Pretty awesome to see that. But if we scroll down some, you'll see that we do have some covered calls on Apple right now. They do expire next week. It's at a strike price of $138. So we'll see how that one plays out. We're going to manage those. And then you'll see that we do have an NVIDIA covered call that I am managing. This one does expire next week as well. This one we will have to manage also because we are deep in the money for this one, and we'll see how this one plays out. But the pretty awesome thing is that we do have Microsoft, Altria, JP Morgan ready to go with available to sell some options next week, and definitely looking forward to it, especially because Microsoft will be reporting earnings, I believe, Tuesday this week. So we'll see how that plays out. The volatility will be there, implied volatility, so the premiums will be very, very juicy. If we look at the SCHD here, this is our cash secured puts of $76 strike price. So definitely excited to see that. We have 7 of those. So if SCHD closes on the 17th of February of 2023 below $76, we will get assigned 700 shares of SCHD. But we did make about, what was this, around $300 or so dollars, or 200. Oh no, our cost basis was $415, so we made $415 for them to assign us 700 shares below $76. Definitely love cash secured puts. We'll see if we do get assigned or not, but in general I do want to buy at least 700 shares of SCHD so that we can get those $54,000 to start working passively for us, and we'll start selling some covered calls and generate even more income. So definitely looking forward to it. If we look at the performance of the portfolio here, you'll see that we are down in the red, which about $4,524.99. Definitely not a big deal, guys. We're in it for the long term, and you'll see the rate of return is negative 2.51%, which also we're pretty much a lot higher than the October lows for us. So pretty awesome to see there. If we look at the investment income here, you'll see that we're projected to make roughly about $2,530.74, which averages out about $210.89. This should spike up once we do get assigned the SCHD shares, and we should see this back in the 300 range. But you'll see that February we're projected to make about $106.58. March we're projected to make about $253.05, and then April about $273.05. We'll see how this plays out in the long term. If we look at the history, guys, you'll see that if I do have this set to start from the 16th of January of 2023 all the way till the 22nd, which should be today. You'll see the green button for calculate dividends. This just calculates all the dividends on the page, so pretty cool to see that. But if we scroll to the very bottom, you'll see that this was just an expired option from the previous week. We did get paid some interest on our uninvested cash, which is about $4.18. And then on the 17th, guys, we did end up doing a sell to open a covered call on Altria for a strike price of $46.50 that expired on the 20th. So that was this past week. This was a weekly covered call. We sold one of them. They paid us $2.35 after fees. You'll see on the 20th, I went ahead and deposited $100 into the portfolio to meet one of our goals that we do have. And then here, guys, we actually had to roll or manage one of our covered calls. So we did a buy to close on the covered calls we had for Apple for a strike price of $136 that expired this past week on the 20th. We ended up doing 2 of those. We paid $37.31, and then we rolled it. So we did a sell to open on Apple for $138. So we went up $2 in strike price, and then they will expire on the 27th. So this coming Friday, we did 2 of those, and we made $192. So you can subtract that. We made about $150-ish or so, and selling these covered calls for Apple. You'll see that the other thing we did was manage the Nvidia one. So we did a buy to close covered call on Nvidia for a strike price of $157.50. That expired on the 20th. So this past Friday, we actually paid $1,704.65. But immediately this was a roll, so we did a sell to open. We ended up selling the same exact strike price, but we rolled it till next week. So on the 27th, this coming Friday, we ended up collecting $1,753.31. So you can kind of subtract the difference. We made roughly about $50 from this roll. We'll see how Nvidia does this coming week, and you'll see that on the 20th, we ended up actually buying 1 full share of Target. And that is pretty awesome. We're going to continue to accumulate these great companies, and just continue to grow that dividend snowball. And we'll see how long it takes for us to eventually live off of our dividends, because that is one of our major goals. And but anyways, let me just go ahead and click the calculate dividends. We'll get 0 because we didn't get anything, but our cash flow, guys, we did end up actually generating some cash flow just from selling options, which is pretty awesome to see. And let me go ahead and jump over to the Google Sheets so we can actually see how much we grew the dividend snowball, guys. All right, guys, so we're here at the Google Sheets. Again, you'll see that I already have a copy over here. We're going to kick that off. But one of the things I really do want to talk to you guys about is the options premium. So you guys can kind of see this when we started. It's just been going up and up. We're hoping to hopefully see that trend continue. But in general, the one thing that I do want to point out is the fact that we still have 1 more week, and we'll see how much we end up making. But this past week, we made a total of $206.39 in cash flow from these options. Obviously, we did not make any dividends, but this is pretty passive almost. You invest maybe, I would say, 1 hour at the most for the whole week, just to kind of manage your trades. But definitely awesome way. Of course, the other thing is that this isn't a taxable account, so I will have to consider taxes for this. But it's great to see this cash flow and collect, and just make every single dollar start working for you. And that's one of the main reasons why I sold a lot of my positions last week, which you guys saw if you didn't miss the episode. But in general, you'll see that the beginning of January in general, we made $879 the first week. The second week, we made $1,030.98. This does not include dividends. And then this past week, we made $206.39. We'll see what we make this coming week. And I think hopefully we can make at least $100. But in general, you'll see for the month of January, we've already made $2,116.37, which is pretty awesome. If we compare it to last year, where we started selling options in around August, we made a total of $3,544.51. So if we were to subtract the difference, we're roughly about $1,400 difference before we meet what we ended up making in about 5 months. So that's pretty awesome. Imagine if we can consistently make roughly about $2,000 every single month going forward. That would be roughly about $24,000 that we would make in additional, not including dividends, and that would actually go back into the portfolio and generate even more cash flow, and that would just accelerate the dividend growth of the snowball. And definitely love, in general, I would love to see that, and I would think we will be seeing that. So I just gotta wait and continue selling these options and managing them, and we'll see how everything plays out. But let's go ahead and actually click on the dividend payout so we can kind of see if any new companies declare dividends this week. So if we go to portfolio tools, get latest dividends, we'll see if any companies ended up declaring dividend raises. I have seen some subscribers say that they have had issues with the scripts, so please let me know in the comment section. If you do have a spreadsheet that you're seeing the issue with, maybe you could share it with me. I can look into it. But you'll see that we ended up getting another company that declared a dividend. I believe that was Costco, so definitely excited to see this. Remember, our positions are a lot smaller now because we did consolidate them. We want to try to get a lot of the positions to 100 shares at a minimum so that we can start selling covered calls on top of the dividends, and hopefully we can increase that cash flow even more. But yeah guys, if we go over here to the settings, we can go ahead and delete this, and we can jump over to the personal capital under the Schwab account to grab the latest portfolio holdings from this past week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right guys, so we're at the personal capital account on my Schwab account, or Schwab holdings. If you click on this green button, it actually copies the content of my positions into the clipboard, which we can then jump over, right click, and then paste special values only. And there we go, we're ready to go. We can jump back over here to the holdings, and you'll see these are our current positions from last week. Once we go to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped and it'll use the new information that we have that we just pasted. So let's go ahead and click on it, which will include the purchases we made of Target. So we go ahead and click update portfolio holdings, give it a second or two, and then we can jump back over here and you'll see that it is all done. So on the dividend yield guys, it's about 1.22% compared to last week of 1.21%. That's potentially because the portfolio did drop a little bit in value from last week. If you were to compare it, yield on cost, we actually did go up some, so 2.49% compared to 2.48%, which is pretty awesome to see. Yearly, we're projected to make about $2,285 compared to $281, so about $4 is what we went up. And then on the month, we went up about 36 pennies, so we're at 190 and 44 cents. On the week, we went up about 8 pennies, and then for the day, we actually went up 1 penny. Hourly, we're still making 26 cents every single hour, and the 40-hour work week, we're projected to make $1.10 every single hour if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week. And we'll see eventually if we can get this to minimum wage. Pretty awesome to see that, guys. But in general, this is all I have for you guys in this portfolio update. Don't forget to subscribe with that notification. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, so definitely help me out as well. Drop a big thumbs up on the video. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, be sure to drop a hashtag options, so I know you guys stuck all the way to the end, and you guys help support the channel. Definitely would appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there, and let's make that passive income. Bye guys.